Nick is my younger son of two. He is incredibly charismatic. When Nick was in kindergarten, kids used to fight over who would get to sit next to Nicky at lunch. And I remember one other mother said to me one time, well, I feel sorry for Nicky. And I said, why? And she said, well, because he never gets to choose who he could sit next to at lunch. And it never occurred to me, because I just always was so envious of that kind of popularity that, you know, I never had. But Nick could be intense, you know, very happy. When he was sad, he was very sad. I think that might have been, it was when he was in middle school, and I'm thinking 7th grade, 8th grade. He went to, I think, 2 meetings, and all they were doing was drilling. And he just thought that was boring. That wasn't what he wanted to do. He thought they would be, you know, doing target practice or something like that, more glamorous. And he started training. By the time he was in high school, he had Navy SEAL fitness workout books, and his goal was that he would start with the Marines because they had the toughest boot camp, and then he would do Force Recon, and then the Navy SEALs. That's not what happened, but that was his goal. He used to run around this neighborhood 7 miles, even in hot, humid summers. And so he called on New Year's Eve, 2003, 2004, and he said, my wish for this year is for peace everywhere. And I said, or peace on earth. And I said, I'm surprised. And he said, no, I want there to be peace everywhere, but if there's action anywhere, I want in on it. And I knew what he was, you know, he said, this is my job. This is what I'm trained to do. When I went down in June when he deployed, and he came over and he hugged me and he said, just know that if anything happens to me, this is what I wanted. And I know that he did not want to be killed, but I think that if he had to be killed, he wanted it to be in combat. He did call in November before they actually went in, you know, when they were outside the town. And he said that he actually called me at work. And so it was lucky that, you know, I was actually at my desk when he called. And it was more about college. I remember I said to him that when he got back, that he might want to take math at a community college over the summer before coming to Towson. And he said, why? And I said, well, because at Towson you would probably need remedial math. And he said, Mom, I'm going to need remedial everything. I don't remember what a semicolon is or an exponent. And I said, but you remember they exist. That's good. I looked out the people and I saw 2 people in dress blues, and I knew. And I opened the door and I just said, fuck. And I invited them to come in, and, you know, and I had imagined that I would be coming home from work one day or so, coming home from somewhere, and there was sort of, you'd round a curve and then see the house, and that I'd be rounding the curve and that there would be a car parked in front of it. But that wasn't what happened. And I remember at the time being in shock, but also I found out that they had told my ex-husband at the exact same time that there was another pair of Marines who pulled up to his house, and they waited until we were both home because I think he had been out. And so they told us both at the same time, and that was really considerate. And they said that they would stay as long as I needed them to stay. I think that the discipline in the military is going to make you a better student than you ever were in high school, and as will maturity. But I think that to go right from combat to school is a very abrupt transition, and I think probably decompress for a couple of months, just to get used to civilian life again. Most of the people who worked on this, all of them, did this on their own time. And Bob had a certain budget, went shopping when he heard that State Use Industries had a sale, and got a lot of the furniture there, including these purple sofas, which had come from the club level of Raven Stadium. The conference area, a faculty member, a retired faculty member who's a veteran, donated money that he wanted to go for furniture in the vet center, and so that is the conference table and the conference chairs. And the man who provides carpet sometimes for the university donated, I think it might have been 50 yards of carpet square. I'm not sure, but it ended up being a 50% discount for the carpet that's in this room, which was selected after we knew the purple chairs were here so that it would all go. Not a day goes by that I don't think about Nikki. And people worry about mentioning Nick or talking about Nick, but it doesn't upset me because it sort of keeps him as a presence in my life. I think that by being able to talk about him, it's keeping him as a person who existed, who lived. And that if I were not to talk about him, then that would be shutting him out of my life.